Both Trump and Kamala Harris had packed schedules yesterday, getting in their final rounds of campaigning. But how much of that will actually make a difference? NBC 10 political analyst Wendy Schiller is here with us to talk Election Day stats and preps. Wendy, I know it's a busy day for you, so thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here.
So how much does that last minute campaigning really impact things? Or have voters made up their minds by yesterday?
Election 2024 is razor thin. It's so close. It really reminds me of 2000 more than 2016 per se. And when you think about it, you really have to say to yourself, every single vote could count. Remember, George W. Bush defeated Al Gore by fewer than 600 votes. So when you're thinking about that and there's a county you want to get to or a couple of hundred people that you think you might be able to turn out, plus some states actually had early voting even through last night. So it's possible that some people actually went from a rally to vote. So I think neither candidate is leaving anything to chance. They've left nothing on the floor. They've really campaigned till the very last minute.
Yeah, and with the polls so tight, clearly every vote matters here. Now, Wendy, have you looked at the polling predictions at all? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Well, I've been trying to track actually turnout in some major cities. I'm looking at Detroit, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Atlanta, just to sort of think about the votes that Hillary Clinton did not get, especially in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan in 2016. Turnout was lower in those cities among constituencies thought to be voting Democratic, and Donald Trump defeated her by very slim margins. So if that turnout is high as Biden's was in 2020, or even higher, then you've got to think that Kamala Harris is staying competitive with Donald Trump in those states, and that the polls, which have them essentially tied, are correct. So that's what I've been looking at today.
All right, some key places to look at with that. Now, Biden dropped out really not too long ago when you think about it. What would the impact have been on both campaigns, do you think, if Harris had more time and this all happened much earlier?
You never know if time is your friend or your enemy. She's vice president. She was, had elected office in California, was a U.S. senator. She didn't do all that well in the presidential contest in 2020. So maybe it would have been better. She could have formulated her messaging on the economy a little bit more specifically. Inflation has come way down, maybe, but the inflation, if she had started in the spring, inflation was higher. So it would have been a higher mountain for her to climb to get out of that. And I think that that's the question mark. And Trump, the campaign's asking themselves, did they attack her enough? They really spent a lot of time attacking Biden and her association with Biden. But did they really attack her and her record? And I think they're going to wonder that if they do lose the election, if they felt like they didn't have enough time to attack her sufficiently to make people have enough doubt that they went with Donald Trump instead of Kamala Harris.
Well, Wendy, like you've said before, this is an election that we have never seen before, so this will be very interesting. Thank you so much for providing your insight. And of course, we'll be checking back in with you later this evening for more insight into the 2024 election.
Thanks for having me.